can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like 100 grand.
You are listening to Inspired Insider with your host, Dr. Jeremy Wise.
Dr. Jeremy Weiss here. I am the founder and host of InspiredInsider.com, where I talk with inspirational entrepreneurs and leaders. Today is no different. And this is a special episode. I am actually interviewing founders and CEOs live at the Sweets and Snacks Show. And so check it out. We have some amazing companies featured. Check this episode out. And before I get to that, this episode is brought to you by Rise 25. At Rise 25, we help businesses give to and connect to their dream 100 relationships. How do we do that? We help you run your podcast. We are an easy button for an organization or business to launch and run your podcast. I've been podcasting for over a decade now. You know, for me, the number one thing in my life is relationships. I'm always looking at ways to give to my best relationships. And I found no better way to do that than to profile the people and the companies I most admire, feature them on my podcast, and shout from the rooftops what they're working on and what they're doing. So if you've thought about starting a podcast, you should. If you have questions, you can go to rise25.com or email us support@rise25.com to learn more. Now, check out today's episode. Live from the Sweet and Snack Show. Jeremy Weiss here, live at the Sweets and Snacks Show. I'm here with Shane, and I have this delicious teriyaki bison meat stick. This is amazing. Tell people about the company and the products.
So I started the company 6 years ago. Was driving home from my brother's one day in Virginia. I live in New Jersey. Driving through all the farmland and whatnot, and thought to myself, man, this is the life. Like, I need to figure out how can I make a living off of the land. Right, so I got home, started Googling, researching farming practices and whatnot, and stumbled upon some people that were raising bison, or buffalo, they call them, and was like, man, that's awesome. I need to get into that. So with no farming experience in my family whatsoever, I decided to buy a farm and start raising bison.
Wow. So what were you doing before?
I worked for Coca-Cola as a merchandiser, salesperson for 15 years.
You have a lot of experience in the food and beverage industry.
I did, yeah. That was an advantage working for them. I got a good chance to learn how the whole convenience retail sector and all that distribution and all that works. So I was able to translate that experience into my farming business, and that's why we're here today at this Sweets and Snacks Expo.
So what were some of the lessons you brought that you learned from Coca-Cola that you brought into Buck Wild Bison?
I think it's just the entire whole process of the relationship between a supplier, a distributor, and a retailer. Most people, if you're not in that world, you have no idea how that process works. So you don't know where to start. Whereas I already knew who to contact first for supply, and who to contact for distribution, who to contact for retail, and it was extremely valuable.
Talk about coming up with the flavors. What was the evolution of the flavors that you came up with?
So flavor-wise, it was a lot of thought went into it. Do I want to start with something super unique and different that no one's ever seen, or do I want to go more mainstream that is the staple that everybody likes? And we just kind of decided to go with, start off anyway, we're new with this, but start off with the mainstream staple flavors that everybody likes already. So we played with ingredients with our co-packer and came up with original spicy and teriyaki that everyone loved. And, we're rolling with those three for now, but many more flavors to come.
Where can people find it?
So if you go to buckwildbison.com, you can order it directly from us. We ship direct. We're in a handful of 7-Elevens, bunch of mom and pops, mostly in the Philadelphia area, but we're here at this show to meet distributors and big buyers, and hopefully get this product to go national.
So Shane, what's an especially proud moment at this point with the company?
proudest moment by far of the company was the day that me and my buddy, my best friend who grew up with me and helped me build this company, were able to quit our day jobs and go full-time into the Buck Wild business. It took us 6 years to get to that point where we hustled, working our day job 40 hours a week, and then doing this on the side as we slowly build it up. And about a year ago, we were able to finally be able to sustain our income and quit from the day job and go full-time and just see where we can take this thing.
Shane, that's amazing, and I love hearing those stories. And people don't see that behind the scene, what it takes to get it. They'll see it across all the stores and all the success. But take me back to the time and what the schedule looked like in a given week when you're working your day job and then working probably 100-hour weeks.
Right. So I started out building a farm. I bought a vacant lot, just a big open field with nothing on it, no electricity, nothing. And I'm working 40 hours a week for Coca-Cola, servicing grocery stores and going to meetings and whatnot. There's days where I get up at 7, I go to work, I hit 5 customers, I get their orders, then I drive down 40 minutes to the farm and pound 10 posts into the ground to get my fence started, then go back to work, finish my route, and then after that, go back to the farm, pound another 10 posts. And that's, when you don't have any money to start with, that's what you have to do. And that's why it took us so long to get to this point, because we didn't go out and get a big loan and say, hey, you can supplement our salary and we can just go full time. It was just grassroots, day in and day out, putting as much time as I can into the new business while still sustaining my family. I have a wife and 2 kids that I have to provide for. So we did it the hard way, but I would say I think I've learned so many valuable lessons doing it that way that I wouldn't change it.
You do what you have to do. I love it. So tell people the website again where they should check it out.
So the website, if you go to buckwildbison.com, and we sell meat, ribeyes, New York strip steaks, burgers, sausage, all that stuff, shipped on dry ice directly to your door. You can get the Bison Fuel sticks there as well. And hopefully you can pick up these Bison Fuel sticks in your local convenience store in the very near future.
Thanks everyone. Jeremy Weiss here. We're live at the Sweets and Snacks Show. I'm here with Michael. He's one of the founders of Shrewd Food. And Michael, tell people about the products. What kind of products do you have?
So we do high protein, low carb snacks, better for you snacks and products.
What was the idea behind starting the company?
So really what we wanted to do was offer better for you options and alternatives for people that were looking for great tasting products that really didn't have a go-to product to really look for, with all of the, fat-laden and high-calorie products that they see every day.
How did you meet your co-founder?
We actually were neighbors and just walking around the block when I moved into the neighborhood, and our wives started talking about that we're both in the food business and we should get together and talk, and one thing led to another, and a year later, here we are.
So you were both happened to be in the food business. What were you doing at the time?
I was actually just left a business that I was in, and he was in a different business as well. We got together, started talking about this product, if you would, what we can do, and he was in a cookie company, and we wanted to do, it sort of became a product out of another product, if you would. We were doing a better for you cookie, which we do a protein cookie, and we wanted to develop a better for you line of cookies. And our protein cookie that we do today is high in protein, but it also has prebiotics, probiotics, as well as serving of fruit and vegetable in every bag. So with that being said, we started doing our protein puffs, and they are high in protein, low in carb, low in fat, but great tasting, and that's really where we are.
So Michael, take me through the evolution of the product. So what were some of the flavors of protein cookies, and then what was the first flavors of the puffs?
Yeah, so what we did was our original product being the protein cookie, we did an oat and berry and an oat and chip cookie. And then from there, we started doing all of our protein puffs. Brick oven pizza, our number one seller, was our original flavor. And then from there, we've done a variety of flavors. Everything from just a standard baked cheddar, which is like a cheese ball, to avocado toast, to sriracha cheddar. And then we also have, one of my favorites here is Buffalo Ranch. And we also do a sour cream and onion, which is a great tasting flavor. And we also do croutons, just another item. We do protein croutons, which would be a bacon ranch, and we also do a Parmesan and herb. And it's a great item because it adds protein to your salad, low carb, and high protein options.
You guys are ambitious. I feel like it's hard to come up, from the flavors to the packaging. What made you branch out beyond the cookies? I could see you just keep going with the cookies and not even branching out beyond that.
Well, we say it's the smartest way to snack. Really what we want to do is we want to give options to the consumer, having alternatives to everyday products and looking for items that you would want to eat at home, that you still feel good about eating, and you don't feel like you're deprived when you are eating them. So we do have a line of keto products as well. Our puffs, that milk protein base, that high protein center, we cover them with chocolate as well. And we also make something that's an alternative to like Nestle's Crunch Bar. We call it our keto crack bar. So we're just really, again, like I said, we're offering alternatives to everyday snacks.
So I want to talk about challenges and proud moments. What are some of the challenges along the way?
Well, COVID was not a friend to us, if you would, because we're still a young brand. I mean, we're at this point we'll be going into our 6th year. But COVID, as we were ramping up, really sort of as plateaued out. The brands that were known every day, that's what was really getting the shelf space and pulling products in at the time. And for us, we were not in that placement. So for us, we were able to sustain through e-commerce and our own site, Amazon. We did well. But after that now, we've been able to really grow and flourish, and we're doing very well, like with 7-Eleven, with Walmart, and many other retailers, H-E-B, and so forth throughout the country.
What are some of the proud moments? How are you able to get into these big retailers? It seems like not an easy task.
Well, shows just like this here, being at Sweets and Snacks, Expo West, our salespeople, our own efforts, and so forth. I mean, proud moments would be getting national distribution at 7-Eleven and distribution with Walmart and major retailers. I mean,
that's amazing. It's amazing. So where can people find you online? Where should we point people to?
Well, Amazon, I mean, we have all of our products on Amazon. We do a really nice business on Amazon. And major retailers, I mean, you can find it at Walmart throughout the country, 7-Eleven nationally, and retailers. You can go right onto our website, and there's a website finder, locator, retail locator, www.shrewdfood.com.
All right, check out shrewdfood.com. Thanks, everyone.
What I got, you can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like $100 grand.